It's Wednesday, it's Newsmaker Live, where we make your story our stories. Trending in the news this week, Dominica ravaged. By now, all of us should know that Dominica has been, some might say, if we have a flair for the dramatics, almost annihilated by Tropical Storm Erica. And our hearts and our sympathies go out to the Dominican people, the families who have lost loved ones, and those citizens who are still considered lost in the rummage. We do not know what has happened to them. We do not know if they're dead. We do not know if they will be found. But our profound sympathies go out to the people of Dominica. And I'm certainly sure, as usual, St. Lucians will have an outpouring of help to the Dominican people, whether it be through our personal help, that is us citizens, or through our corporate help. I know that we remember our own losses in recent past, and I'm speaking of the Christmas Eve trough, as well as Hurricane Thomas, which passed not too long ago. And we still remember, and we can still see the ravages of those storms and those weather patterns. So I know that our hearts go out to the Dominican people. Also trending in the news, we have St. Lucian sailors who have returned home to us safe and sound. In the recent past, we have heard a lot about our fishermen and our sailors who have gone missing. Back home with us this week is Lindell Erickson, Alan Antoine Jamari, and Shervin Griffin, who had been missing at sea for almost 7 days and have returned safely to their families after being rescued off the coast of Puerto Rico. And we're very grateful that this news is positive one, good one, and not further losses, further deaths in the high seas. However, not every St. Lucian can say that they're happy this week. We have 8 more victims of fires. 8 more people are now homeless after a fire destroyed their home on Monday from the Dennery area. And again, it begs the question, what is happening in our Sweet for Helen, where it seems almost every week fires are competing with crime in this country? We are having so many fires, and not just little fires where the fire service can come in quickly and put out the blaze, but fires to the magnitude where the home is completely lost, where families lose everything. And we hear the cause of the fire is indeterminate and that investigations are being conducted, but we never hear the outcome of these fires. Why are so many of our homes being razed to the ground? Is it pure carelessness? Is there something wrong with our wiring? Should we be concerned about the electricians that we have? What exactly is the cause of the fires that we are having in this country? This month, the world gets ready, gets set to observe World Suicide Prevention Day. As a matter of fact, World Suicide Prevention Day is next week, Thursday, that is the 10th of September. And St. Lucia continues to register suicides. Well, in this case, it's still alleged. We haven't heard yet from the authorities whether this last case is indeed a suicide. But from all accounts, from neighbors, friends, and family, this gentleman had been talking about killing himself or taking away his own life. And his neighbors, his friends, his family, his loved ones, those who knew him, didn't take him seriously. An interesting fact, though, is that worldwide, not just in St. Lucia, worldwide, men seem to be suffering some sort of psychological breakdown, more so than women, because the vast majority of the persons or the people who kill themselves, who take their lives, tend to be men. And it begs the question, why? Is it that we aren't nurturing, raising, grooming our men to be in touch with their emotions to deal with adversity? We will hear a little bit more about that next week. And the crime wave seems unabated in St. Lucia. Sophia Charles Didier would be homicide number 17 registered in St. Lucia, making her the 5th woman murdered this year. Some of you may recall in the first 3 months of this year, we had registered absolutely 0 homicides. And it seems week in and week out that we are racing to make up for our slow start in the year. But is crime really on the increase? We will hear a little bit more about that later on when we have our feature presentation. And I say that it almost sounds like a movie, but it really isn't. It is a very serious situation. Regardless of whether there has been an increase or a decrease, one murder is one murder too many in a country of this size. Before I go on break, I'd like to say hello to some you lovely young ladies in the persons of Dana, Annalisa, Adia, Avanel, Amber Rose, Josephine, Shania, and the numerous other junior choir members from library that for some reason, the names slip me right now. I just want to say hello if you're watching, because I know at the end of the show, you may be asleep already because it may be past your curfew. So I wanted to say a special good evening to these young ladies, especially young ladies close to my heart. When we come back, is crime really on the increase?